families, other people's families. Welcome to Family Talk. It's How Do We Human. It's the podcast where we overanalyze all the weird and uncomfortable families in life. I'm one of your hosts, Evan Cox.
I'm one of your families, Chris Binning.
Family. Today we're talking about podcasts. I mean families. But before we're talking about other people's families. You know, we talk shit about our own families. Not really.
Yeah.
My family's listeners.
Yep.
Maybe the bulk of our listeners.
I'll tell you right now, it's not my family.
Yeah, we're going to talk about other people's families. Maybe that just means we're going to talk about each other's families that we've never met. But before we get into it, you know, I hope you didn't get your fill last week with the Christmas goose getting fat and looking fine in your belly.
Yeah.
Save a little room for sides because it's time for another Chris. How you doing?
I'm doing good. This is the first time we've recorded in 2023.
It's
New
the
year,
future.
new me, as they say.
Yes.
And I have exciting updates because I have done two things.
Woo!
That in previous episodes I said I've never done that.
Ooh, exciting. Here we go. I don't know why I said here.
Over Christmas time, I purchased a lottery ticket.
Hey.
And I went to a casino.
Yeah! I thought you were going to say you purchased a lottery ticket and won.
No. We purchased something that my dad used to do was get everybody like a scratcher.
Yeah.
For Christmas, just because like it's fun.
Yeah.
So I did that. And the one that we got, it was supposed to be like, you know, 1 in every 5 people or whatever is supposed to win something.
Nice.
With the grand prize being $10,000 that you would win on the scratcher. And there were 11 of us, and there were 2 winners.
Hey!
One person won $4.
Nice.
The other person won $40.
Nice.
Neither of them were me. But about half of my family went to a casino on Christmas Day.
Fun. Love that.
And, you know, you see a lot of depressed elderly folk at the casino on Christmas Day.
That's always a bummer.
People who don't talk to their families anymore.
Yeah. It's rare to be able to see a person and just go, I know your story.
Yeah. And so we played a couple slot machines.
Fun.
Other family members played poker and blackjack.
Ooh, spooky.
And I played a little bit of roulette.
Nice. That's a good starter.
Thank you. And it was
less intimidating. Yeah.
Video roulette.
Video roulette rules. You took my video craps tip.
Yeah.
Avoid people.
Yep.
Any luck?
You know, there was, for the most part, not really. There was one slot machine that was like this gigantic machine.
Yeah.
I think it was called something stupid like Dallas Big Stars or something like that.
Fuck yeah.
But it was like a giant slot machine with a seat in front of it that was big enough for 2 people, and my girlfriend was there. So I was like, we'll both sit here. And we had not won like anything all day. There were a couple times where like, you know, you win the like tiniest amount to like basically give you another free play.
Going, yeah.
But that was it. And so we sat down at the big one that like nobody had been playing all day while we were there. Like it was one of the only machines that was constantly empty.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's big, so like I want to try it once.
You got me.
So we spun it and then got $45, and I was like, cash out.
Boom.
Done. But I was
doesn't that
hoping
feel
for
good?
that. It felt good, but like total at the casino, I spent more than $45. So
Yeah.
it's I was waiting for that moment of like that you had kind of mentioned of like when it's somebody's first time in the casino, they win
Yeah.
big to keep them coming back. I did not win big, and
You'll
we
never go
all
back.
agreed, everyone in the family agreed we needed a casino pro to kind of show us the ropes, get us through there.
Or a like just gambling addict to
Yeah.
keep pushing you. No, keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's it at the end of the day. It sounds like you had it. You had the little moment.
Yeah.
You just got to keep feeding money into these things. With the slot machines, I never really remember this right when I get there, but oh man, when you can find the ones that have good bonus games, and it's very much like pinball. I just realized, when you have a pinball machine and then it's like, oh, you're in the bonus game now, and a bunch of balls come out and it goes wah, 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 wah. There are slot machines where you end up in the bonus, and then it's just like you get like 10 free spins and it just goes pew pew pew, makes a bunch of noises, gives you a bunch of free money. That's my shit.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love that? Well, exciting.
Eventually, now that I've broken the casino seal, eventually you and I'll go to a casino, and
it's gonna happen now.
You can show me the ropes.
Yeah, I'm not good at it. I just love doing it.
Evan, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. You mentioned something you'd never done before, and I'm gonna mention something that I had never done this year, which was get my Christmas tree lit.
Oh yeah,
just like Idris Elba says in that commercial I've now seen for the first time.
Yeah,
because I went to see Avatar in theaters. It's lit, not like literally. And they're still playing that ad, still cruising along. It's
how embarrassing.
Lit. How embarrassing indeed. I mentioned before on previous episodes, I've had a hell of a time getting the lights working on my Christmas tree this year. I think I mentioned the ordeal up to the point where I had bought lights and those didn't work on top of the ones that already didn't work. I had returned those, gave up. I was like, fuck it. It's not worth it. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving town shortly. It's not going to be worth it. I just liked the idea of having Christmas lights up because I like the way they make my apartment look. Christmas lights in a small apartment always feels cozy to me. And I think I went to Target. I had to do some Christmas shopping, last minute Christmas shopping. And it was the day before I was going to leave. And it being the day before, then, like at that point, Christmas lights started going on sale, discounts, and I found some cheap lights. And I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy these lights. And they may not work. I may be cursed this year. But if they work, I'm going to have one day of Christmas lights. And they did. And I did. And I was telling myself, when I get back, I'm going to leave that Christmas tree up like all of January, just so I can have that. But already I'm back. I plugged it in last night. It looks lovely. I'm excited to have them there, but it already feels like a bit much. Like, it's probably time to take that down. Not as fulfilling as I hoped it would be.
That's I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but I'll probably keep it up through the week. Watch some movies in the dark with the Christmas lights. Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
But now that we've done the doings of the Howyas, how are other people's families doing? This feels like a good post-Christmas episode, even though technically our post-Christmas episode was a How You Doing episode.
Yeah.
And let us know how you liked that.
Yes.
If we should ever do that again. I thought it was pretty fun. But we both spent some time with other people's families. That's the thing you do over the holidays. Celebrate them or not, it's a good time for fam. So we wanted to talk about other people's families, maybe those families in particular, but maybe also other people's families I've spent with elsewhere. How do you like other people's families? Which one's your favorite?
Oh, great. Yeah. All the families I've met, let's rank them.
Should we do a bracket of other people's families?
Other people's families, yeah.
The Trumps.
Number 32 seed. I get very stressed, or maybe not stressed, but in my head, meeting other people's families.
Same.
Because I revert to the childlike nature of these, I'm almost 30 years old, but these are the adults.
Yes.
They know what's best, and I respect them greatly.
Same.
I don't
100%.
want them to dislike me, so I will just be very quiet, keep my head down, and be the best little boy that they've ever seen in their home.
What is that in us? Like, obviously we're I don't know, a collective personality type, but I don't know what that is. That's like, that is also my instinct. Like, was I that? I guess I was that way as a kid. But why? Why was I like, yes, a quiet boy? Because I don't think of like my parents instilling that in me, but I'm like, a quiet boy is a good boy. But I do the same. Yeah, I really, I just kind of want to turn into the wallpaper there. Like, I want to get the credit for being there, but I don't want to make too many decisions because, hey, this is your guys' thing. You outnumber me. I'm the stranger here. Y'all do your thing. I'm just going to be in the background. You want me to make you some food? I can cook.
Yeah, but the other part is that we both want to enjoy, of course, the perks of being the wallflower, but when you're
perks
in somebody else's home, they want, they're like, you're the guest, we want you to have the only say, and it's like, no, please don't.
No matter how many times that happens, I feel like you and I will both always be surprised by that outcome.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I was supposed to be invisible.
Yeah, treat me like dirt.
Yeah. No, as soon as not to get into mine, I know I asked you first, but I was staying with my girlfriend's family the past 4 days, 3 nights, I think. And right when we got there, I mean, it was like after a 9-hour drive, so like it was, I don't know, 6, 7 p.m. We were exhausted. And the first thing someone asked me is if I would like to, like, oh, now that you're here, would you like to take over the music and picking out the songs for everybody? And I feel like I sounded rude when I said no.
No.
I think I said that's the last thing I would want to do. And then explained myself, like, oh, we've been in the car for 9 hours, like, collectively picking the music for each other. And I do not want to pick any more music. Please continue. Pretend I'm not here.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah.
This was the first Christmas that my girlfriend and I have spent together. Normally we've each gone to our separate families
and conquer.
Divide and conquer for sure. But this year we decided safety in numbers. And so she spent Christmas with my family, and this was the first time that fresh meat had been brought into the home at Christmas time.
Does she know that's her nickname?
Yeah, I got her a little necklace that says fresh meat on it. But so that, I mean, that was um nerve-wracking a little bit
Yeah.
for both of us in different ways, of like, this was the first Christmas in, her entire life that she wasn't spending with the rest of her family in
Yeah.
North Carolina, and
Mm.
and I needed to make sure that the things that my family does that get on my nerves were not I was hoping that they wouldn't happen. So it was a little bit of stress for each of
Yeah,
us.
I get that.
But it went fine. She ultimately is different from us because she crushed with the family.
Same with
They
my girlfriend.
they loved it.
Crushed it.
Yeah. And then even like, 3 years into our relationship, I'm still a little like, I'm a little bit better around her family, but I'm still a
Yeah.
little bit like, no, this is your family time.
Yeah.
I'm just here.
I'll sleep outside. Yeah, and there is. So, did you spend time with her family also? Or?
No, we spent time with her immediate family on New
Oh,
Year's
okay.
Day once they were back. But her extended family, no. I mean, I met them over the summer, when I went to North Carolina and we recorded our temperatures episode.
Right.
Um, and then there was a Zoom call with her whole extended family that I was briefly a part of. And I'd love to talk about family Zoom calls.
I was on a family Zoom call too. I was barely. I was driving. There was a Zoom call that
that's
happened in driving.
that's a good place to be.
It was. I got a wave at the camera.
Yes.
Yeah, but that was in Flagstaff, Arizona.
Well, Route 66.
I guess.
It's there. I don't know if you were on it, but
No.
but I my girlfriend was on the Zoom call and I was in the kitchen like washing dishes maybe, um or like, oh, I had bought her a spice rack, and so I was assembling the spice rack and putting those spices in there and stuff.
Nice.
Um
Spice is nice.
and my girlfriend had her headphones in while she was on the Zoom call. And then, I heard her say, "Oh, Chris, yeah, he's here. You want to say hi?" And so like I kind of walked halfway into the living room and was like, but
Gorsh.
like she has her headphones in, so I can't hear anything that they say to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know how, like, I'm kind of doing something. So like, do I come in and abandon that project to
Yeah.
like be a part of this? I don't know.
I don't know.
So I just kind of wave, and then like eventually she unplugs her headphones, but like they're not talking to me anymore. So it's like I don't know. So I went back to the kitchen to finish what I was doing. Then I went and sat next to her on the couch, and then they noticed that I was next to her in the frame, and they were like, "Oh, Chris is here," blah 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 blah. And I was like, "Oh, hi," this was on like the 27th, so I was like, "Oh, belated Merry Christmas," blah blah blah. And then after I said all that, my girlfriend turned to me and was like, "All right, now you're off mute." And I was like, the one thing I said, they didn't get to hear it. And when I'm off mute, now we've moved on to something else.
Now like, say it again, but this time with a little more enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll do one faster, one slower.
Yeah. But because almost all of the rest of the family, there were like a couple people who were also like on from their homes, but a majority of people were in the same house, each on different screens, but like
like in different rooms,
connecting rooms, like in the like from the living room and the kitchen and like the dining room and then different bedrooms. And it was so you hear the echoes of everybody talking in the audio of everybody else's screens.
Classic.
And you like see them in the background, and like, you know, of course some people have the camera tilted so it's like right up their nostrils, and other people are like,
love a good
you
nostril.
know, in incredibly soft focus. Like,
yeah.
But because in North Carolina over the summer, when it was mentioned that I have a podcast, and some of the members of the family listened to, like, my girlfriend's dad showed them or played the episode where I described meeting them for the first time, meeting my girlfriend's parents for the first time.
Hey, and this is what I always said, like, around that time, I remember thinking, like, well, if anyone's ever going to listen to an episode, it's an episode that's titled something that could possibly be about them.
Yep. And so, but they all were like, yeah, it was very funny. It was, you know, very like, one of the uncles, was like, oh, it was very, I don't know if he said like less vulgar, but that was his like, takeaway from it, is that like, you know, oh, everybody in their 20s is super vulgar on a microphone, and you guys were pretty tame or whatever. I don't know what he said, but it was something to the effect of like, I was surprised how, like, you know, I guess professional is, for lack of a better word. But now on this family Zoom call with all the chaos going on, they're all like, oh, this is going in the podcast, isn't it?
And it is.
And it is. But that, now I fear, is my reputation. Now, anytime something happens, the family is going to be like, oh boy.
I mean,
oh boy.
I think we've found a way to get our numbers up. Next episode, my girlfriend's family.
Do you have that experience where people, first of all, does your girlfriend's family know you have a podcast? And second, do people that do know you have a podcast, are they like, oh boy, this thing that just happened right now, that's going in the podcast?
Oh boy. I mean, first and foremost, did they say anything about me?
Nope.
Fuck. Take that, uncle. And I'm in my mid-30s now. I can say fuck if I want.
I have 11 more days before I can say it whenever I want.
Oh, exciting. We're going to Vegas. That's right. I forgot you had a limited amount of time to decide what's happening. What are you doing on your birthday?
Yes.
Is that when we go bowling?
To go to Sandiego.
Sandiego?
But we haven't booked anything. So that's, we'll see what happens.
Talk to Carmen.
Yeah. Well, I got to find where in the world she is. That's the problem, is like, she's very hard to reach.
I played the computer game version of that. I don't remember it ever even being an option to start in San Diego. Feels obvious, but
that's
clearly
true. I
she
feel
has
like
some connection to that city.
Yeah. That's that feels like where you should always kind of start, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Have a drink in the Gaslight District. Gaslight? Gas lamp? Gas lamp. Unless you're being gaslit.
Yeah, exactly.
Petco Park, San Diego. Anyways, to answer your question, no. No, like I said, my immediate family listens fairly frequently. And they do have things to say about you, but now I'm not going to tell you. No, they love you. Speaking of other people's families, for people that have never met you, my family likes you more than me.
I love to hear that. If I ever meet them, I will be very shy.
I'm sure. Hey, my parents were talking about coming to California in spring. We can have him on the pod. That'd actually be pretty fun. Anyways, what was the question? Do people? I think like my dad's done that before, and he's usually right if something happens, but not in a frequent way. In terms of my girlfriend's family, I think they know. I think she's mentioned, but I don't think they've listened. You know this. I don't think I've mentioned on the podcast. My girlfriend's immediate family, not all of them, but the majority of her immediate family are Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yes.
So they would not like a lot of what this podcast is.
That's true.
Not saying they'll never listen to it, and you're welcome to. We love differing views. Leave us a comment.
As long as you give us 5 stars.
Give us 5 stars. Tell us what you think. But so there was a level of Jehovah's Witnesses don't celebrate Christmas.
Right.
Or any holidays, period. But in spite of that, it is still, her family has always taken that as a time, kind of because everyone's away for Christmas, it's a good time to get away and do like a little family vacation in an area that might normally be a little more expensive, but it's like going to Disneyland on Thanksgiving, which I've done before, and I'll do it again.
I've also been on Thanksgiving.
It's great. There's food, little food trucks and stuff. It's way less busy. It's a good time. Anyways, so I was invited this year to the big get together. They verboed a big ol' house. It was really nice and pretty.
Can we talk about Verbo for a second,
please?
Because there are so many people that I know who call it VRBO.
They all called it VRBO.
But that's wrong. It's Verbo.
Do we
Verbo
know that?
is correct. Okay. That is what they do in their advertisements that for some reason get played for me all the fucking time on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's always, and they're always very like cringy live, laugh, love kind of commercials. Where it's like the best part of renting a Verbo home for your vacation
is that it's on a dress.
Is that it's just you and your people.
Oh,
like, ew.
Is Verbo the one with the big fuzzy family?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
A family covered in hair. I would love to be at the pitch meeting for this commercial. There's a family covered in hair. They're walking around.
They want to rent a vacation home.
They're at a vacation house. And they sit at the table and they're having breakfast together through their hair. And then the commercial ends and they're leaving the house, and then they're regular people, not hairy people. I don't know why.
This appears to be an Airbnb commercial instead of Verbo.
Right. Well, that's why Airbnb has gotten so expensive, because this ad campaign,
a lot of vacuuming. Verbo is much more like, here are Polaroids of families having fun on vacation. Don't you want your family to have fun in one of our vacation homes?
If we were in one pitch meeting and someone said, maybe we work on nostalgia and your past times with family, remind people of the fun times with family, and someone else was like, but what about a hairy family? What if we make it sound that when you go to one of our places, you can be hairy too? All of these companies, they've all gotten so expensive now, so I'd like to plug their competitors, Verbo, the Verbo's competitors, Nauno and Adjectivo. That is all. Thank you. That's my time.
Anyway, you were saying they rented a big vacation house.
Here's a bet. Let's take that back. Competition at Verbo. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Or maybe that's what you call their marketing company, Ad Verbo.
Oh yeah, that's also good.
Hey, that's also good. Anyways, everyone else was saying VRBO. If that was your insinuation / question. But
it kind of was.
I was thinking verbo because, like you, I was trying to say as little as possible because I'm weird. I'm a weird little creep. But it was interesting in the same trip to go from celebrating Christmas with my family, where we're all wearing our matching pajamas and giving each other gifts, and then going and actively not celebrating Christmas, but still having a get together.
Yeah.
And also just kind of having to be on my best behavior. Be on my best behavior and be expected to drink. And, well, not be expected to, but like, we're all drinking. We're having wine. We're having drinks. So that's rarely me on my best behavior. So the combo of like, have a bottle of wine and don't say fuck. I was really preparing myself as we were getting there. And there was one... Well, there were two little incidents, because of course there were going to be incidents with me. I'm a problem. This is why I tried not to talk. And everyone's like, why are you so quiet? Like, oh no, they found me. But I was told, which I was not aware of, one of us sneezed on the car ride, just my girlfriend and I. And I said, bless you. One of us sneezed and I said, bless you.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get specific, but I think you can infer who sneezed here. And I said, bless you. And she said, oh, right. Remember, so you know, you're not supposed to say bless you. Jehovah's Witnesses don't like saying bless you. Apparently the origin is related to like the idea that you sneeze and a bit of your soul comes out of your nose. So people say bless you to put your soul back in. And they're like, that's not real. So they don't say it, and they don't want people to say it to them. So I was like, okay, good to know. I'm a very polite boy, and I say bless you to everyone.
Right.
And I was like,
so do they prefer like excuse you?
Nothing.
Or like
absolute silence. Pretend it didn't happen.
No.
I told her I would, because this is what I always do to her. My alternative is someone sneezes and you say, ew. Which is very fun. Or my other alternative is someone sneezes and I say, must be nice. Otherwise, in other terms, I'm very fun at parties.
Yeah. But so you're not allowed to say anything.
Nothing. Silence. And I'm sure like if I had, no one would have made a deal. They're all very nice people. No one would have made a big deal out of it. But her dad sneezed. Achoo. Just like that. You've heard.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Achoo.
Achoo. And I went, bleh. And stopped myself and realized that like there were other people in the kitchen that wouldn't want me to say bless you. So I stopped and went like, oh. Like made a noise. And then I just went, blah, blah. And started acting like a vampire.
That's a great save. It's so natural.
I am not exaggerating this at all. 100%. What I did is blah, oh, blah, 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 and then ran into the other room. Like a very normal, casual person that you're inviting to your family vacations for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
How did that go over? Was that ever mentioned?
It went over like a sneeze to absolute silence. Her father is not Jehovah's Witness, so he went and he was watching the college football bowl game. So I popped in there and just explained myself to him, so I didn't seem completely insane to everyone. Let someone else know why I turned into a vampire and flew away.
Yeah. How did he respond?
Oh, he laughed.
You think it was funny?
He thought it was very funny. So that's how that went. The other time I got caught was by the kid. We were playing Risk. You're gonna swear when you play Risk. That comes up. You're trying to take over the world. Other people are taking over your countries. And me, again, you know me. This is me in my best behavior. I said, dang it. And the kid said, Evan said the D word. I was like, fuck. I can't even say dang it. And I think it might have just been the kid, like his parents are really wanting him not to swear at all. I don't know if that's a religion-wide. I'm not supposed to say dang it, but possibly. I was like, okay, I really got to step up my guard. If I can't say dang it, because the kid took over, Western United States from me. It all went fine. I survived. I had a lot of fun. We played a lot of games. I did a puzzle. I was losing hearts, but I shot the moon at the end and came in second, which is still losing. Fun time.
If you're not first, you're last.
That's what they say.
I don't know if your family or her family does this, but something that I noticed was both with my family and with her family on the Zoom call, and a little bit when I met them in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
But both families, like my family told my girlfriend, they were like, "Oh, you're very brave for coming here. We're a crazy family." And on the Zoom call, one of her aunts, when they were talking about like, "Oh, this is going to be on the podcast," he's going to talk about this crazy family that, swarmed him over the summer in North Carolina, whatever. I don't know if it's perhaps because each of us comes from a self-proclaimed crazy family.
Sure. Yeah.
Or if both of our families are just super normal.
Maybe.
But it's like just a family thing to be like, "Oh, my family's crazy." We all know we're crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's a good.
But at the same time, like I do think my family a little bit crazy.
Yeah,
But
should we pull?
My girlfriend was like, "No, your family's super normal." And then when her family said that they were crazy, I was like, "No, your family's super normal." So I don't know. Are they both crazy? Are they both normal?
This is a great question.
Does your family do that? Does your girlfriend's family do that?
I would say yeah, to a certain degree. And they both are crazy. So accurate. No. Yeah, I don't know. Because it's like, I get that maybe it is like, yeah, maybe that is all families, and we all think that. Clearly, I mean, that's a common trope in movies,
Yeah,
everyone's family's wacky in their own little way. But then, like, don't you kind of feel like you've met people's families that are like outrageously normal and not crazy at all? Like, I don't know. I feel like I have. So maybe we're all crazy. But we're never gonna survive unless we get ourselves banned from Spotify.
I don't know if you've had this experience, but when I was in like elementary school, maybe middle school, like you go over to a friend's house,
mm-hmm.
right? To play video games or play in the pool or whatever.
Yes.
And
never the two shall meet.
Your friend and his parents get into a little fight, and you're like, "This is so awkward. Would never fly in my household," but my friend is yelling at his mom.
Yeah, that's uncomfortable. That's it feels like mostly like younger years. You'll witness that, but that's happened in my older years too. It's always uncomfortable. It's always weird. And of all the, like, I'll spend all so much effort and time just being like, I'm not here. I'm an invisible. I'm the Hollow Man.
Yes.
Call me Kevin. Don't. I hate when people call me Kevin. It means they don't know what my name is.
Yeah.
But it's close. For all of that effort into trying to just be invisible in those moments, I want to be like, y'all remember I'm here, right? Maybe let's all be on our best behavior. Let's just I didn't mean to be so invisible. It just devolved into a one-on-one fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's uncomfortable as fuck. I don't like it.
No, me.
It's weird
neither.
seeing, because kids aside, like you, maybe not even just kids, but like in general, you and your friend or your girlfriend or whatever, whoever that person is, you're close in a certain way. Whether that's you're a kid playing on the playground, playing at each other's houses, or a significant other playing at each other's houses.
Yep.
You're close with this person, and their parents are always going to be on their best behavior to just seem like nice people.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that facade breaks and you see like your childhood friend's dad like scream at him,
Yeah,
it's very unsettling. I don't like it. Yeah, it's happened a lot. That's happened at sea.
What?
I had friends.
Just drop that sentence.
It happens at sea. I've had a lot of things happen at sea with the pirates and all that jazz. But no, I had friends when I was a kid that
I love. If this is somebody's first episode and Evan's just like, yeah, I've had a lot of stuff happen at sea with the pirates and that jazz.
I have a lot of stories about pirates. I have a lot of stories about clowns. This is normal, and I used to work with both on an annual basis in Seattle. Listen to the back catalog
at the
bitches.
Carnival Graveyard.
Yes. But why was I talking about? Oh, at sea. No, yeah, I had a friend who had a boat, and twice I think I was invited on little family trips. I went down to their dock in Olympia. And me being a kid that didn't pay attention to shit, and anyone that knows me like super well now would know I still don't pay attention to where I'm going ever. If I'm in a car and I'm not the one driving, no chance I could ever make it back. I have no idea where we went those two times, but like weekend trips or week-long trips or whatever out somewhere on their boat. And anyone screaming at someone else on a boat is like 10 times scarier than not on a boat.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, there's nowhere to go except heaven. Or Atlantis.
The only time that I've been to Disney World was with a friend and his family. And I also have been to Disneyland with a friend and his family.
Must be
different
nice.
Friends, different families.
Lucky.
But being the, +1 essentially on a family vacation, I find to be very stressful.
Same.
Because it's one thing to like kind of, just be nice and polite and keep your head down at like somebody else's house for dinner or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, different families have different vacation
vibes,
habits, rituals, vibes.
Yeah.
And I do not want to be like, I don't want the next time that they go on vacation for them to be like, thank God Chris isn't here. He ruined our last vacation.
And I mean, even as a kid, eventually you could look back and think on it like, I was only invited to that annual thing once.
Yep.
Well, I wonder why that is. Oh, man.
And especially, we've talked about this before, but, the way that different families conquer the Disney parks.
Yes, yeah.
Is you and I are very efficient park goers, and other people are not. I think luckily both of these family vacations, it was just like us, like my friend and I, or like it was just the people our age, and then the parents were like, go nuts. Which was cool. But yeah, definitely I feel uncomfortable tagging along on someone's family vacation like that. Maybe now that like if I were to go with my girlfriend's family on a vacation, maybe I wouldn't feel quite as uncomfortable. But those high school and college trips that I went to, those Disney parks, those were definitely like peak. Pretend I'm not here.
Yeah, I mean, I think we did who knows? We've done too many episodes. I think we did an episode on sleepovers, right? Wasn't
We
that
did.
the one where we said we have to, we'll have to do it again with someone who liked sleepovers?
Yes, correct.
We'll put that on the docket for 2023. But yeah, I always, I don't know, sleepovers stressed me out. I got so anxious as a kid. And so there's a level of that that's persistent. I've gotten much better at it. But yeah, I don't know. There's always a part of me that's, I mean, I had a great 2 weeks. I've been gone for 2 weeks. I just got back last night. And as fun as all of it was, like, you can't beat your own bed. However comfortable your own bed is or not. Like, it's so nice to just, I'm safe. I'm back. No more surprise. Like, oh, here's a conversation you didn't see coming.
Yeah.
Just, my routine. I'm boring is what I'm trying to say.
I asked my girlfriend, because I told her that this was the episode we were recording.
Yeah.
And I asked, like, oh, do you have anything you'd like to share? Hoping that she would be like, it was weird when
Yeah.
I was with your family and they did this. And like that made me feel weird. That's what I was hoping for. But I did not get that. Instead, what she said was, not really, but on a first date one time, somebody took me to their family reunion.
Oh, a first date?
A first date.
What
are your thoughts about this?
Those details trickled into my brain one to one. Like, first date. Oh, that's normal. Family reunion. Oh, that's nice. Wait a second. Never the two shall meet. That's insane. Wow.
Yeah.
I would hate that.
Me too.
My family only, is family reunions?
I would hate that if I was on the date or if I'm a member of the family.
Yes.
Yeah. They're like, hey, here's this person. This is our first date.
Yeah.
Get them out of here.
Our family is crazy. That's intense. And you said that happened to your girlfriend or someone she knew?
Yeah.
Dang.
No, she said that she was brought to a family reunion on a first date.
Wow.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
They're still together.
Okay.
But,
that's good. It was you.
No, she said, of course, as you can imagine, super awkward.
That's wild. I've only had, my family's only done the one, like, family reunion where everyone comes out of the quote unquote woodwork.
Yeah.
What does that mean? The woodwork? Is it like Geppetto's place?
Yeah, Geppetto's place.
That's what they mean? All the alternate world Geppetto, the Geppettoverse?
The Geppettoverse.
From all these gosh darn Pinocchio videos. See, I'm on my best behavior.
Yeah, I think the last time that we had a family reunion was probably over a decade ago. So
yeah, same.
And I think different members of the family are like, we gotta do another one.
Yeah.
And then like most of the people that I'm closer to are like, no.
Yeah.
That was all right.
We did it. We did it. Related to that, so yeah, well, it sounds like we're both I mean, we had talked about getting together, and we still shall. We still shall. We are going bowling. It's gonna happen. You can't change. Here's a belief of mine. Once you made plans, and those plans had to be canceled because I believe that was Jocelyn and I both got sick. You can't change that plan. That's still the plan. No. We can't go like, oh, now let's do something else. No, we haven't checked bowling off the list yet. It's still on the docket. We're going to do it. I haven't bowled in a long time. Anyways, but we talked about it then that like you and I are that type of person, and both them, your girlfriend and my girlfriend, are way more comfortable kind of getting out with strangers, people they haven't met. Not strangers, but like people you can assume are nice people, like your extended families.
Sure.
And my girlfriend also crushed it with my family. I mean, she's met my immediate family. This was her third time meeting my immediate family, but this was her
The
first
charm.
time. This was her first time meeting my dad's side of the family. They came over for Christmas. So my grandpa, my aunt and uncle, and my other uncle. And this side of the family is generally there. It's a pretty quiet, reserved side of the family. So like I've kind of grown up with that. Like, okay, this is the side of the family. We don't really talk much. We all love each other, but the conversation's not always flowing.
Yeah.
Then Jocelyn comes in, and the conversation's flowing like wine. Madness. Like, everybody loved her. And so my grandpa, he's my last living grandpa. He's 92. So, you don't know how much longer you've got time with the grandpa.
Sure.
And considering it's always been a more reserved family, he and I, like, he taught me how to play piano. But even that, like, we never, like, we don't get into deep talks or anything, we're very surface level. And so I had it in my head, like, he was like, you should come by the house. And I'm like, wow, this is the first time that's ever happened that he wanted me to come by the house. So I'm like, let's do it. All right. And so my girlfriend had said, like, yeah, I'm good to see him again. He was very nice and sweet. But I kind of had it in my head, like, like, maybe I should go by myself. Like, it might be nice to just have a one-on-one time with my grandpa. And
I see where this conversation I see where this is going.
I got there, and A, my aunt was already there, so it wasn't one-on-one time. B, they both said, where's Jocelyn?
Yep.
Why didn't you bring her?
Yeah.
And I don't think it was because they were disappointed to see me, but like, I guess, like, friendly, likable people, people really want them around for some reason. Eases the flow of conversation, I guess.
Yeah.
So I was a massive disappointment. Like I always am. Good stuff.
Before you said that he was going to invite you over, I thought that it was going to be like one of those, like, hey, when are you going to put a ring on it?
That happened.
I gotta be at this wedding. Oh, that happened too?
That happened later. Well, less the ring, more my semen.
Oh.
When are you going to put your semen in it and make a baby? And I was like, maybe never.
Oh,
like, what?
I thought this was the quiet, reserved part of the family.
I know! Maybe that's what I've never been one-on-one with these people.
Yeah.
We're always there as a group. One-on-one, we're going to talk about babies ASAP. So it always feels like I think they're disappointed. Yeah, no, and obviously, hey, I played it up. No one mentioned my semen, and they never will.
I mean, you have so many stories at sea. I didn't know if.
I mean, I am
that was part of it.
Bit of a seaman. Seas are big this year.
I'm sorry.
Number one.
I thought
it's.
I heard that as Caesar.
Caesar has been pretty big this year with the JB Smooth ads. With the
Is 2023 the year of the Caesar?
Yes. Et tu Brute. As they say. The Ides of March.
Since I don't know if we want to talk real quick about any family traditions, but because this was the first time that my girlfriend had spent Christmas not with her family, she got to see how we do Christmas.
Ooh, was this the first she got to see, the elders jumping off the rocks and smashing their heads?
That's right. Yeah, she got to see the guy in the bear.
Oh, God, I'd love to see that guy in the bear.
Yeah, that's right. I've read the Wikipedia plot summary for Midsommar.
Because it sounded too scary.
Yeah. But, anyways, so normally, like, normally she goes to church. That's not something that my family does.
Sure.
We offered,
you might say.
That's right. I would say that. But we offered to go with her, and she was like, "No, I don't really feel like it."
Yeah.
Which, like, it's like, oh, I still want you to enjoy your Christmas, but like, hey, thank goodness I didn't want to go. I would have gone to support you, but I did not want to go.
Didn't bring my Sunday best.
No.
All I brought is my Who Farted shirt.
That's right. That's what I wore for 4 days straight. But she also, like, when it comes to gift giving, she grew up where her parents never really gave each other gifts. They would only give the children gifts. And then in the extended family, it was kind of like what your family does with the Secret Santa.
Pick a name.
Yeah, it was pick a name, but pick a name for every, like, child in your family. So if you have 2 children, you pick 2 names. And then, if you have 3 children, you pick 3 names.
So you have more children, you have to buy more gifts.
Yes, but the only names that are in there are the children's names. So it's not. So that was
okay. The way that I see now.
Yeah. So that was the way that they had always done it.
Interesting.
And my family is like, no, you're gonna get a bunch of gifts.
Yeah.
If we find stuff that we think that you're gonna like, we're gonna give it to you.
You're gonna take it,
because that's what Christmas is all about.
Yeah, stuff.
And that, I think, I had told her that, but I think she wasn't really prepared for how much she was going to be included in the gift giving, because she did not expect to walk away with more than like 2 gifts.
Yeah. Oh boy,
she did, and I think it stressed her out, because even though nobody in the family was like expecting a gift from her, I think that once she started to receive more, she was like, I should have given more.
Yeah.
Like, that was not your assignment.
No.
Your assignment was to enjoy. I don't know if Jehovah's Witnesses have any sort of traditions. Do they?
Nope.
Listen to Pete Townsend's "Let My Love Open the Door"?
That's here. Hey, I can give you a specific answer.
Okay.
Let My Love Open the Door. We were on the Spotify playlists. Let My Love Open the Door did come on one of the playlists.
Yeah.
And someone skipped it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so you're 100% incorrect. That is not allowed on the family vacations. I think it was actually my girlfriend that skipped it. But I love that song. Hey.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Let My Love Open the Door. Come on. That is very funny.
It just feels like, of course, because Jehovah's Witnesses, they are known to knock on doors.
Yeah, hey,
Come
I didn't
and
get
knock
the
on
joke.
our doors.
We'll be waiting for you. We'll be talking about him and him and him. Jehovah too. Did we do it?
We did. That's a great note to end it on, for sure, I think.
Oh, what was that? A G? I don't have perfect pitch. I don't fucking know. I got a piano nearby. I could figure it out.
Oh, that reminds me, when you I don't know why, but when you said that he taught you how to play piano, for whatever reason, I could only picture you and your grandpa on the big piano in Big, and that's how you learned to play piano.
Oh, that would have been fun.
But we've done it. We've done it again, folks.
Goodness.
We've done it many times before. You can listen to those past episodes wherever you get your podcast. Spotify, except for a couple episodes.
True.
Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Pocket Casts, howdowehuman.com. You can listen to all of those past episodes and future episodes, new episodes every Monday. On any of those platforms, you can rate, review, subscribe, give us 5 stars. Even if you have different opinions, please just give us 5 stars. We welcome different opinions as long as they're under that 5-star.
You better believe it.
Rating. You can also check us out on social media. Check us out on Instagram at howdowehuman.
We got that handle.
Is our Twitter still up? If it is, it's at howdowehumanpod.
We tweet those tweets sometimes.
Facebook at howdowehuman.
I don't think you're ready for the handle. I'm sidetracked. I'm not on my game.
It's possible that the YouTube account handle has gone into effect, but if not, you can just check us out. If you search for How Do We Human on YouTube, we're on there as well.
It's a handle that you gotta get into your soul.
And finally, you can send us an email to howdowehumanpod@gmail.com.
The best part of that handle is that it's on our dress.
Love it. Evan?
Whew. Yeah.
Do you have anything that you would like to plug?
Well, as you, I'm sure, have heard, now that it's, 2023, you would think because it rhymed it would be. But 2023, it does not be. 'Twas 2022 was the year of the sea. And, you got Avatar in that water. I still haven't seen Top Gun Maverick. I'm sure they're still little Navy heads flying those planes off of those boats. Triangle of Sadness. That was on a boat.
Yep.
Knives Out. A Glass Onion story. They took a boat. Yep. The movies and the sea are like this. And you would think, is there a sea in the word movies? No. But isn't there?
Is there a sea in the word movies?
Yeah.
No. There's not.
No. But also, isn't there?
Isn't there? Yeah.
When you really think about
when
it.
When you rearrange, you could, I guess, put the S, I, and E together. That, I guess, would probably be pronounced C.
Yeah. C-vom. Ew. Well, that's movies backwards, ladies and gentlemen. It's C-vom. Sounds like a case of the missing Dramamine to me. I'm here to announce my new movie. Would it be
C-vom or would it be Say-vom?
Wow.
Because
that's deep.
It'd be
like the ocean.
E-I.
That
going
is
backwards. Anyway, you're trying to plug something.
I'm making a movie.
Oh,
and
great.
There's more sea than you've ever seen. You get collectively in Avatar, maybe 2 hours of the sea.
Yeah.
Of the way of the water. We need more. We need more water. Less way. More water. I'm talking. Actually, I've got to take that back. I got to roll that back. Way of water. More way. More water.
Okay.
I'm talking about Gerard Way.
Okay.
From that band, I can't remember their name right now. Classic emo era. I keep wanting to call them Children of Bodom. That is a metal band.
You are looking for chemical
romance. So we're talking about The Way of Water. Gerard Way is a sea captain.
Okay.
He is all alone on a boat that had a lot of people, but then all the people jumped because he was a lot to be around, and it's him getting to know the water, learning how to swim first and foremost, learning how to talk to fish second and second most, and learning how to fish and eat those fish third and third most, and learning how to boil seawater to make it drinkable fourth and fourth most, and learning how to love fifth and fifth most. Gerard, the way of water. Captain Gerard.
Captain Gerard.
Captain Gerard, the way of water. Yes, final answer. Chris?
Okay, I love it. Sounds like you got a real
grasp on it.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the first and third act are there. The second act always comes easiest to me.
Oh yeah.
So don't worry about Captain Gerard, the way of water.
Yeah.
I gotta get myself a little plug there. By the end of all that nonsense, I think that was pretty good. Chris,
yes.
What do you got going on?
Well, as 2022 came to a close, I released another little montage of all the movies that I saw on my YouTube channel, Sassy Milkshake. But I also have been going through that channel and really reevaluating, trying to rebrand, rebuild. Because in the beginning, I started it with a couple friends in 2014, and we were throwing everything at the wall to see what stuck, and very few things did, and a lot of stuff that is on there, as I went back and watched it, is pretty cringy. So, so I'm trying to clean out the YouTube channel, figure out what I want it to be. And what it should become in the future. And something that I didn't realize until YouTube started recommending things to me is that there is still a style of comedy that I thought was dead. Okay. And it's sketches in which you play a guy and you hire actresses that play characters who are super attracted to you, and like the joke is like, wow, I'm like too good at sex and my penis is too big and I'm just so attractive, funny, and cool, and that gets you millions of views. So I think that maybe that's just what I should do. Is just do those where I create that brand for myself.
I mean, it sounds like a pretty good life.
Yeah.
And like nothing could go wrong. This is a new genre to me, so now I'm excited about it. I haven't seen this.
I think like a 7 or 8 minute sketch titled like When She Catches You Cheating or whatever. Or When She Catches You Cheating, but parentheses, but she's cool with it.
Hey.
Like, I think that these are sketches that really work well beyond the 5-minute mark, especially. Like the longer you can stretch these, the better.
I think it's a 10-1.
Exactly. I'm just afraid that when I start releasing these, that all of these bro comedians making these videos are gonna come back and be like, "Come back with my show."
Perfect. Well, hey, it sounds like the road to too much sex.
Yeah, but I pitched those premises to you, and like it's very inherently comedic to
That's
be like,
funny.
Look at how much these actresses I paid want to be with me.
This rules.
Thank you.
And I cannot wait.
Yeah.
To be introduced to this delightful premise, it sounds like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I guess I better start showing you those videos now. So I guess we've got to exit the episode with a classic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye. As they say at sea. Bye.